Would you like some good quality anime merch? Well, you can get that from our sponsor today, Beautiful Halo, link in the description. And on your next $49 plus order, get 5% off with the code MEME, and $99 plus order with code MEME for 10% off. Alright guys, welcome back. This is the King of Weebs here, and guess what? It's nearly been a week of me. Daily uploads back again, and I have been feeling good. The feedback is amazing. Everyone's enjoying the videos. The 5 videos that I put up over these 5 days were pretty good. Well, the 4 videos, because this is the 5th day that I'm recording, but all of them have been doing pretty good. The first one with Naruto went into a coma, 14,000 views, then 6k, then 3k, now 1.5k, and all of them have been exceeding my averages. Anywho, this is the final part of where Naruto had all the Bijuu, and last time we did leave off at with Hidan and Kakashi actually being sent out to catch Naruto, and now Naruto, who has been, well, of course, Hidan and Kakashi still get intercepted by Team 10, and of course Asuma still dies, and while this was all happening, Naruto was pretty freaking strong, actually nearly killed Orochimaru. Yes, the fight against Orochimaru began, and I'm going to explain now what really happened. Orochimaru went all out from the very beginning because he knows that Naruto is an actual beast, and he was able to take out 2 Akatsuki members on his own. Naruto, who was going all out, he actually blitzed Orochimaru, and then out of nowhere Orochimaru got punched in the face, and his jaw was about to break if he wasn't able to put chakra near his face and literally protect himself like that. But he still took a ton of damage from that, and he went flying. Naruto then says, "Where do you think you're going?" and literally blitzes one more time, and this time he has a Rasengan ready and he wants to kill him. But right before this happened, Kabuto actually came out of nowhere and tried to cut off one of Naruto's arms, and right before he did it, Naruto used a technique that he learned with Jiraiya. Naruto teleports away, and yes, this technique is not like the it is kind of like the flying Raijin, but it's not the flying Raijin. Naruto actually came up with it, and Jiraiya was really impressed that Naruto came up with a technique that is really similar to the flying Raijin, and so he helped Naruto learn it. And it's actually a technique where he can only leave a seal. Well, it's literally basically the flying Raijin. He doesn't use kunais though. He actually uses actual seals, but of course over time you will actually learn how to use on kunais, and this is like the B-Tech version of the flying Raijin. Naruto actually teleports back where he left the seal from his foot, literally right before you blitzed Orochimaru, and went back there, and he's like, God damn it, that was way too close. And basically Kabuto and Orochimaru actually start getting serious. Orochimaru then summons his, the 3 gates, and basically Naruto said, "Do you really think that can beat me?" And basically Naruto begins powering up a tail beast Rasen Shuriken and literally throws it into those gates, and the gates were actually able to stop. Well, 2 of the gates were actually annihilated, but the 3rd one was able to stop it, and literally Naruto was like, "Wait, what?" And this is when Naruto actually started getting serious, and basically Orochimaru actually summoned multiple snakes from wherever the snakes come from, and they were about to attack Team 7, but then, and of course Yamato, well, Team 7 basically, and then I don't know when Naruto actually says, "Do you really think it's going to work?" and he creates a firewall which then actually pierced all the snakes, and it was basically like Sasuke's, hey, I'm about to butcher this name, but Honoi Ikatsuchi. Yeah, so guys, it's actually a disability of mine that I butcher names. So like, if you bully me, you're technically going against one of the protected characteristics in that. Equality Act 2010 and that. So if you bully me for that, if you blame me, I'm telling you, I will come for you, and I will get you, and I will put you in the bins. Yeah. Anywho, let's continue. Naruto annihilates the snakes and then literally teleports next to Kabuto and Orochimaru. Well, doesn't teleport this time, he body flickers, and of course he actually is using another tail beast bomb, and he actually throws it, well, not throws it, literally smashes it into Orochimaru and pushes Orochimaru in, well, away from Kabuto, and then he kicks Kabuto in the face, which actually breaks one of his teeth, and basically Kabuto goes flying, and then there is a massive explosion in the well, far away from them lot, and that was Orochimaru eating, well, not eating, literally tanking the tail beast one. He didn't really tank it, he's literally quite near enough dead, and he needs a new body, and so they actually retreat, and Naruto, well, Sai actually goes with them, and Naruto's like, Sai, you goddamn prick, and basically what happened, and the only reason Naruto's not following them is because Naruto, right before you got hit, he actually got bitten by one of Orochimaru's snakes, a small one, which actually stopped Naruto's whole entire chakra, well, literally stopped it from flowing. It literally distorted his chakra, is flowing everywhere, and Naruto can't control his chakra properly, and basically still follow, they actually regroup, and then they follow Sai and them, and of course Naruto's pretty pissed that Orochimaru did this to him. He didn't even see it coming coming towards him, but it is what it is, and then basically now Naruto and Team 7, well, Team 7 except for Sai this time, Sai actually followed them before, they actually search for Sasuke, but of course in the end Sai finds him, and everyone well, arrives to Sai, and Naruto screams out to Sasuke, and Sasuke is Naruto, you're pretty weak, you know, and basically the only reason he's saying that is because of the Sasuke. Yes, unfortunately I will have to make Sasuke quite overpowered, and the only reason I'm doing this is because there is too much of a power gap, and it's literally unfair. Sasuke, who actually got Hashirama souls, and this time he's actually a full master of the you know, would release, and that's only because Sasuke actually got, as soon as he came to Orochimaru actually wanted to literally make Sasuke into a beast body, and so it is what it is. He still gets into Naruto's head with the Sharingan, and basically sees the nine-tailed beasts, and they're like, what the hell, and they're all paralyzed because of Sasuke's bloodlust, and literally the Sasuke walks up to the cage, and everyone's like, what are you doing here, and everyone's pretty much threatening, and basically then the nine-tails looks at Sasuke and says, you damned Uchiha brat, get out of my host, or I'll kill you myself, you prick. And basically, as soon as he says this, Sasuke felt an immense amount of bloodlust, even more than his own, and his bloodlust made 8-tailed beasts paralyzed. And the Nine-Tails are actually trying to protect Naruto here, and this is where Naruto actually realizes that the Nine-Tails doesn't hate him or anything, but in reality he's just too shy to actually show that he's actually happy with Naruto, and so he looks at Sasuke, and Sasuke gets actually pushed away, and he's out of you know, Naruto's mind, and he's like, what the, Naruto, just how much power are you hiding? And as soon as he says this, Naruto uppercuts him and says, you're coming back to the village with me, and basically he sends him flying, but Sasuke says, I'm good, and literally what he does is that he creates the deep forest emergence, and everyone's shocked at this, and Naruto's like, huh, I should have expected you'll get this strong, and then Naruto actually let out Matatabi's fire to actually counteract the wood release, and literally this is when Orochimaru and Orochimaru, Sasuke, and Kabuto took the opportunity to escape. Of course, after escaping, Naruto was pretty pissed, and Sasuke was like, that damn Naruto, always ahead of me, and basically Sasuke realizes that Naruto's still ahead of him, just by a bit, but he actually realizes that if he could actually pair up with Naruto, and Orochimaru nearly got killed by him, that means that he must be stronger than Orochimaru, and so in the end he still kills him, but this comes after he decides to kill him, but of course he'll kill him afterwards, after they find the new hideout, and he gets a bit more power, but his way is, of course, while all of this happened, Team 10 actually lost Asuma, and they were pretty broken, and Naruto, who has been training on his own, literally to master more strength, and basically he actually talked to the Nine-Tails, and Naruto lets them out this time. Literally he's like, alright then, I'll let you guys out and I'll fight you. But as soon as he says this, he's about to let them out, but he gets interrupted. Of course, it was actually Sakura telling Naruto about what happened to Team 10, and they're ready to actually go back with Kakashi, and Naruto's that no, let me go with them, and basically Naruto goes with them, and Sakura actually goes with them, Saito and Yamato. Of course, the fight actually goes a bit similar. Of course, since Naruto, Yamato, Sakura, and Sai actually joined them a bit late, so they actually left at top speeds because they wanted to finish off the Akatsuki members, because they were actually coming towards the Leaf Village. They will find them a lot quicker, and their fight is actually inside the forest. And of course, Naruto reaches Team 10, and Kakashi was fighting Kakuzu on his own, while Hidan and Shikamaru were nowhere to be seen, and Shikamaru's doing his own thing just like normal, and basically tells both his team, Yamato, Sai, and Sakura, to go find Shikamaru, and even Choji and Ino, while he takes care of these lot. And basically they all listen, because they know that Naruto is more than capable enough to handle his own, handle this guy on his own, because they know he's pretty freaking overpowered. Anywho, Naruto joins the fight with Kakashi. Kakashi already being able to kill 2 of the hearts. Yes, only 2, because Naruto actually arrived much earlier, since the Akatsuki members were already heading to the Leaf Village, since Naruto's the Jinchuriki of all the tail beasts. Naruto then says, Kakashi Sensei, I'll fight with you. And basically Kakashi and Naruto created a tag team, and Naruto actually went into this cloak thing that he learned from Matutabi. It's actually he's actually able to do it with all the tail beasts power, once with actually bugs, and that's the 7 tails one, and he can actually fly with it. He can actually get wings, but he doesn't really use it. He doesn't really like the wings. It's not that he dislikes the 7 tails, it's just that he's not a fan of the wings on his back, so he doesn't use it unless it's dire situations where he has to fly. But his way is now Naruto and Kakashi actually annihilate Kakuzu, and Naruto finishes off by actually telling Kakashi to add lightning release to his tail beast Rasen Shuriken, and basically Naruto actually throws it, and Kakuzu thinks that he's dead, but then he disappears, and Kakuzu actually starts running towards Naruto, thinking that he's out of chakra. But then out of nowhere, he actually feels an immense amount of chakra hit him, and he's gone. His body's actually disintegrated in this explosion, because it's a tail beast Rasen freaking Shuriken. So I don't think not many people would be able to survive that. Even Kakuzu wouldn't. And of course, Hidan was taken care of by Shikamaru on his own, and of course this was over. But after this, after the word of Hidan and Kakuzu's deaths came to Akatsuki, Itachi actually told Sasuke to meet him up at the Uchiha hideout, and of course Naruto actually heard about Orochimaru's death, and so he actually wanted to go and search for Sasuke, because if he killed Orochimaru, that means he must be free from Orochimaru's clutches, and so he won't have any problem bringing him back, because as of right now he thinks he's stronger than him, and he pretty much is, because Sasuke doesn't have the Susanoo, because of his Mangekyo Sharingan not being awakened yet. But the Akatsuki is in dire need for new members. Of course, Team Hebi was made, and they actually went to fight Itachi, and during the fight against Itachi, of course, right before the Kirin hit, Obito actually arrived out of nowhere, and it was too late, to be honest, and of course he saw the last bit of the fight play out, and Obito still took Sasuke in, and Team Taka, and of course Sasuke realized what happened to his brother. And while all of this happening, Jiraiya actually went to the Rain Village, and a lot of this is a bit similar to the actual original, but it's here that the changes happen. Of course, Jiraiya got killed, but that wasn't it. Naruto wanted to go and kill Pain, but still he wanted to annihilate Pain with all his being, and he had things to do with the Tail Beasts too. He had to fight all of them at the same time to actually gain the Naruto's the trust and power, but still for now he cannot do that. And so Naruto, who actually was waiting for orders, and while he was doing this, of course, one day he actually came to the he came to the Hokage's office, and basically Fukasaku actually told Naruto if he knows anything about the code that Jiraiya gave him, and Naruto looks at it once again and actually realizes what this code is, and basically tells Lord Fukasaku to take him to Mount Yoboku, and basically he learned Sage Mode there. But while this was all happening, this is actually a lot later. This should have been during the Pain attack, and during the time where Team Taka now were capturing Killer Bee. But of course, this wasn't happening because Sasuke and Akatsuki were actually planning on capturing Naruto all together, and something mad is going to happen here, but it is what it is. And so all the Naruto actually masters Sage Mode, and by the time he actually returns, he sees the whole entire village in panic. Kakashi is dead. Might Guy is actually at the village, and he's like, what the hell? And so if Might Guy was actually there might have been a chance for the village to actually win or do anything against Akatsuki, but for now they're all dead, and Naruto's pretty freaking pissed. And so he actually gets out of his mind, and he's like, no. And basically, as soon as he says this, he actually goes into Sage Mode, and he already came in Sage Mode, and he destroys the Naraka Path, who was actually about to kill Tsunade, and then looks at the whole entire Akatsuki. Sasuke pretty much got his revenge back, and looks at Naruto and says, you too, Naruto, you're next. You're someone who got protected by my brother, and you will die too. And basically Naruto's like, Sasuke, not only did you destroy your own village, not only did you accept to join the Akatsuki, but now you want to kill me too? You make me laugh, Sasuke. I should have gave up on you a long time ago. And basically Naruto's only saying this because he's not thinking straight, but of course the Tail Beasts are telling Naruto to calm down, and Naruto literally cannot. And so he actually blitzes Kisame first, because Kisame is still alive, and Naruto knows Kisame, and basically Kisame tried to block Naruto's kick, but Naruto actually one-shot Samahara and literally breaks it in half. Kisame is like, wait, what? And then out of nowhere, Kisame's head is chopped off because Naruto was able to chop it off easily. Naruto's pretty freaking overpowered right now. And then he looks at Obito, but then he throws a kunai, and he whoops through Obito, and Naruto then teleports behind there and has a Rasen Shuriken ready and throws it at Pain, because he knows who Pain looks like. And out of nowhere, one of the absorbing puff actually absorbs the Rasen Shuriken, and then Naruto says, so you're my first target. And then out of the ground, two Narutos pop out with two Rasen Shurikens, and they both throw it at the same time into the absorbing puff, and the absorbing puff gets annihilated, but there's a massive explosion which actually makes the Akatsuki members retreat. And of course Conan was actually there too, and Conan actually tried to surround Naruto with paper bombs, and they all explode. But then out of nowhere, Naruto is just standing there in the middle with half his clothes ripped and looking at the Akatsuki with bloodlust. Naruto lets out a ton of bloodlust, and all the Akatsuki can feel the amount of bloodlust coming from Naruto. And then he blitzes Sasuke, he blitzes Sasuke, and he kicks him in the chest, and Sasuke goes flying. And basically while then Sasuke, who actually was rolling on the floor, he looks at Naruto once and literally lets out the Amaterasu onto Naruto, and Naruto actually doesn't even scream. Literally he's inside the Amaterasu, but he's actually using the Tail Beast's chakra to actually protect himself. And then Naruto just screams one more time, and the Amaterasu dispersed, and Naruto blitzed Sasuke again. And so Naruto is literally bloodlusted, so he doesn't know what he's doing, but he actually increases his abilities by using the boil release. And the Five Tails wasn't even ready for this. The Five Tails didn't even know what Naruto was doing. He was just taking it, and they realized that Naruto is actually able to take chakra away from them at will, and they realized that Naruto's too much right now. He's too strong, he's too bloodlusted, and they need to stop him. So they all call out to Naruto, and slowly they actually start getting to Naruto, but Naruto is too far gone right now, and he wants to annihilate everyone that actually hurt his village and killed his sensei. But it is both of his senseis, to be honest. And Yamato, who was actually coming to the coming towards the Leaf Village, because he realized that Naruto, even though he couldn't see any of the of course the tails of the Nine Tails, since Naruto has all of them, he can actually see how much Naruto is using the the Tail Beast's chakra, and it's actually really red. The seal's gone red, showing that to Yamato that Naruto is starting to actually use the Tail Beast chakra, and so he cannot trust any of the Tail Beasts, to be honest. But and just saying, Yamato will find out if Naruto lost fully all control and all the tail beasts are out when the seal actually disappears, because that's when Naruto's dead. Anywho, now Naruto, who is still bloodlusted, he's about to kill Sasuke in one shot, literally blitzing him. Jugo in Curse Mark 2 comes out of nowhere, and Suigetsu tries to slice Naruto in half, but of course Naruto teleports away, and then out of nowhere, Obito comes and literally holds Naruto's face, and then Naruto says, "Do you really think you can beat me like this?" And basically out of nowhere, Obito's hands started boiling, started burning, and Obito pulled away, and basically Naruto then tried to slice him in half with lava release, and just saying, he's using both boil and lava release at the same time, and he actually created a lava sword, and the only reason he's able to hold it is because of boil release. It actually increased the durability of his body, and he was about to kill Obito in one shot, but still he escaped, and out of nowhere Naruto gets pushed back by a massive amount of force, and this was the almighty push. And then out of nowhere, Sasuke came, and literally behind him he actually used an Amaterasu arrow to actually stab Naruto through the chest. Well, not through the chest, he actually wanted to just hurt Naruto enough to feint him, but Naruto then looked back and said, "Fire style, Inferno," and basically Inferno Palace. That's what he meant. That's what I meant. And as soon as he says this, the Amaterasu actually disperses for some reason, and around them a massive fire circle appears, and all the fire starts going towards one point, which is Naruto standing on in the middle of the fire circle. And basically Naruto looks at them, and all of Naruto's body is gone blue, and it's a bit similar to what happened to Todoroki, you know, when he was actually using his fire side right before the fire ended, how he was about to literally, you know how he lets down his hand against Deku. Yes, that's what he's about to do, and literally let down an immense amount of fire force literally on all the Akatsuki and kill them in one shot and end this suffering, and everyone's suffering, to be honest. But then Obito, who actually not Obito, out of nowhere, the other paths of pain, like the summoning one, the diva one, and the King of Hell one, and also I'm saying "and" so many times, the human one, they all appear, and basically they all create a seal around Naruto, which actually seals Naruto's chakra. And the only reason they're able to do this is because Naruto, remember, he's an Uzumaki, so he knows a few sealing techniques, and Naruto's like, "What is this?" And basically Naruto can't really move, and then Sasuke actually starts walking towards him and literally holds Naruto's neck, and then basically the seal is released, and Sasuke is strangling Naruto, and Naruto then says, "Sasuke, let me go," and basically, oh shit, whoa, I thought it was a fun snap or something. If you guys don't know what that is what is. If you know, you know, yeah. But it was actually my iPhone hitting my screen. Anywho, now Naruto, who's being strangled by Sasuke, he was actually about to lose consciousness until two people actually arrive out of nowhere. One actually tries to throw a kunai at Sasuke, which Sasuke just protects himself with the Susanoo, and the other one actually came out of nowhere and literally tried to use the 64 palms, 128 now, since she actually became way stronger now. Yes, it's Yumi. Yumi actually came to save Naruto, just like Hinata did, she's way stronger. And remember, Yumi is actually a Nara, so she's actually holding everyone else in their spots. And so now, remember, the only few Akatsuki members right now are Karin, Sasuke, Obito, Pain, Conan, Nagato, not Pain, and Suigetsu, and Jugo, anywho. And Sasuke, of course. She held all of them, and she's trying to use the 64 palms, but Sasuke, still in his Susanoo, actually breaks out of the shadow possession. And the other one that actually came to save Naruto was actually Iruka. Iruka, remember, pretty much is Naruto's father here, and literally tries to save Naruto, even though he never really got a chance to tell Naruto that he's a villager or anything. He really loved Naruto, even as when he was getting bullied. He always thought of Naruto like his own child or something. And then, anywho, Sasuke's like, Hiruka Sensei, you came to save Naruto too. I guess you didn't die in the attack. I'll finish you off now. And basically, as soon as he says this, Yumi tries to attack him again. But out of nowhere, Yumi actually gets a Susanoo, arrow through her chest. And she falls to the ground and Yumi's dead. And then, out of nowhere, Sasuke just slices, slid, Iruka's throat. And Iruka was on the ground, pretty much dead. And Naruto got pretty pissed. And he actually lost all control of himself. He actually ripped the seal from the Jinchuriki, and literally all the Jinchuriki who couldn't control the amount of chakra Naruto was taking, and literally Naruto is going all out now, and so stands up, and everyone's pretty confused on what's happening. They can't feel Naruto's chakra anymore or anything, and Naruto is kind of doing the same thing that Goku did in the latest chapter. I'm pretty sure no other chapter came out on Dragon Ball Super yet. And Goku is just standing there, literally just peacefully. But Naruto here is so angry that he cannot do anything, literally. He lost all control of his body. And then he opens his eyes to show that the outside is black and the rest is literally just, his pupils red while his... actual eye is white. Anywho, now that Naruto is pretty pissed, they can tell that Naruto is pissed, and Sasuke, like, he was looking at Naruto and he's like, what's going on? Why is Naruto looking at me like that? And literally, as soon as he says this, Naruto literally blitzes him and punches him so hard that he's actually put out of his Mangekyo Sharingan state, and he's like, what the. And after this, Naruto actually came again, and no, not that way. Literally, kicked him in the face, and literally kicked him away from Naruto's side. And then Suigetsu and Jugo got pretty pissed, so they were actually about to cut off Naruto, literally kill him right there. But they didn't care about the Akatsuki's plans anymore. And as soon as they tried, Naruto's like, "You really want to fight me?" And then out of nowhere, Naruto actually kills both Jugo and he kills both Jugo and Suigetsu, and the Akatsuki's like, wait, what? And mostly Obito's like, damn, this one's pretty strong. And as soon as he says this, he sees both the pains getting annihilated, even except for the Diva Path, the King of Hell one, the Summoning one, and the Human Path all get destroyed. And within a few blows, literally Naruto just blitzes past them, just like what Goku did against Jiren. You know how Jiren, Goku went past Jiren, and Jiren got annihilated. Yeah, like that. But of course, this time Naruto did it, and he annihilated them. Naruto's eyes still being black and red. Then he looks at the Diva Path, but the Diva Path looks back at Naruto with a pretty paralyzing look. Literally, the Diva Path's like, what do you want, man? You got something against me? I did nothing. I just showed you guys what pain is. And literally, Naruto's like, I will destroy you. And as soon as he says this, Conan appeared behind him and actually tried to wrap Naruto around in paper bombs. But Naruto then actually, after the explosion, Naruto was just standing there like nothing happened to him. He's like, what was that? Did you just touch me? And as soon as Naruto looks at Conan, Conan actually gets blown back. Literally, she gets blown so far back that no one can, Obito can barely see her. And Conan's out of the fight. She's not dead though. And Conan was fully out. And Nagato got kind of pissed at this, so he allowed the Diva Path to go all out, and he used another catastrophic, almighty push against Naruto, and Naruto literally got blown backwards, and Obito and even Sasuke, who literally stood back up, is that I've had enough. And Sasuke hasn't even used too much of his Mangekyo. He actually killed Danzo by himself, and what's his name? Kisame himself, and Kisame and Jugo and Suigetsu, not by himself, sorry. Anywho, now that this happened. Just saying, Naruto's eyes look a bit like the reanimation jutsus. It's not it's basically similar to that. But during this time, Kabuto, who actually already made a pact with the Akatsuki about giving them the reanimations. Yes, this happened a bit earlier. Yeah, especially because this was a week later. Since a week later should have been the actual war. Not a week later, a few weeks later should have been the actual war, but of course, the Akatsuki took a bit longer here, and so the war was kind of delayed. But it is what it is. Naruto with his red eyes literally is Naruto Kando is using the tail beast state too, and so he doesn't have any tails right now, and that is because Naruto is on a supreme form that no one has ever seen of Naruto, and this form is not good for Naruto. Naruto is losing life energy with this form, and the Jinchuriki, the tail beast can see this, and they're telling Naruto to stop, but Naruto is already too far gone, and they can see Naruto in their own, in his mind, literally using their power, but it's not. They can't reach Naruto for some reason, and basically now Naruto actually stood back up and sees the Diva Path actually coming towards him. Just saying, this was more than 5 seconds. Naruto took a few seconds to actually recuperate, and the Diva Path used an universal pull to pull him towards him, and yeah. Now that Naruto got pulled towards the Diva Path, the Diva Path had a chakra rod ready for Naruto, and basically as soon as Naruto actually got pulled towards the Diva Path, it was too late for Naruto to react. He got stabbed with it, and the amount of chakra the Diva Path was taken from Naruto was actually immense. Literally, he was taking so much chakra from Naruto, and yeah, Naruto with his red eyes is like, let me go already, and literally, as he's saying this, the Diva Path's like, no, I will not let you go, Naruto Uzumaki. You're coming with us. And basically, as soon as he says you're coming with us, Naruto's like, I told you to let me go. And the Diva Path's holding Naruto from his neck now, and Naruto has a demonic voice. It's kind of like his a demon form of Naruto, but it's kind of overpowered. Anywho, man said kinda. But of course, Sasuke, being Sasuke, actually then uses the Amaterasu on Naruto, but it has no effects for some reason, and that's because Naruto is actually in a supreme being where the Amaterasu literally, or a supreme form where the Amaterasu can't affect him for some reason, and he's confused at this, but he gets pretty pissed, so he actually decides to use his Armored Susanoo, and this will hurt because he's not using just normal Amaterasu crossbow arrows. He's actually using the normal Susanoo arrows, so they will actually hurt Naruto, and this will literally penetrate Naruto. Literally, it's not like Amaterasu just burning him. It will penetrate him, and Sasuke is going for the kill here, and Obito tries to hold him back, saying that he can kill him after we extract the tail beast, because Sasuke wants to kill Naruto, but of course he doesn't know about the extraction of tail beast and how it works, so he doesn't know if a tail beast gets extracted from their Jinchuriki, the Jinchuriki dies, so Obito is just tricking Sasuke, so then he can just kill Sasuke on the spot and finish the Moon Eye plan on his own, but it is what it is, and then trick Nagato into reviving Madara Uchiha, but it is what it is. Now, Naruto, who has been being held, he's being held by Pain. Naruto has had enough, and so he looks at Pain and then says, "Are you ready to die?" And Pain's like, "What?" And Naruto then literally screams out one more time and says, "This is for everyone you've killed, you damn bastards." And as soon as he says this, he lets out a massive explosion. It's just like the final explosion that what's his name? Vegeta did against Buu, but this time it wasn't to kill himself, it was actually to destroy the Diva Path, and Naruto actually destroyed it. And just saying, Naruto's still in his Sage mode. Yes, Naruto's still in Sage mode, and now he's about to lose it because he's actually using something that Sage mode cannot handle, and that is his demonic form. form, because it's not using nature energy. It's literally using energy from the tail beasts, and it's much stronger than a Sage mode right now, but it is what it is. So Sasuke being pretty pissed that Naruto is still so strong, actually decides to take this fight a bit more seriously and uses his wood release to actually go ahead and well, immobilize Naruto and actually starts to extract Naruto's chakra. And this is actually pretty strong because Naruto is losing a shizer ton of chakra right now, and he's actually starting to lose the form. And the tail beasts are grateful, but at the same time they realize that Naruto, if as soon as he gets out of this form, he's going to be captured. Of course, the Nine Tails, he wasn't really trying. He let his brothers and sisters try. Got pissed at Naruto. Is that Naruto? Is this really all you got? Are you really going to die here? And Naruto now realizes what's happening. Literally wakes up from his state, and then realizes that he's losing chakra for some reason, and the only reason that is because of Sasuke's wood release. And so Naruto's like, God damn it, I can't get out of this binding. And as soon as he says this, Naruto loses all consciousness and literally everything goes blank. Of course, then Naruto is taken to the Akatsuki, and literally everyone's dead in the village. The village is destroyed. The survivors actually realize that the Akatsuki has left, and they're all happy that they survived. But Sakura, Sai got changed. Just Sai isn't fully changed, but spending time with Naruto has shown him that there are better things to do in life than just killing. And it is what it is. Naruto's now gone, and Sakura sees Kakashi's dead body, and they all realize that they're dead. Of course, they don't have enough people to actually, bury everyone, and it's gonna take a while. But Sakura is more pissed off that she couldn't do anything, and not only is Naruto gone, he has been captured, but Iruka, Kakashi, and also Choza and Yumi all died trying to protect the village and Naruto. And Naruto is now gone. He got captured. Their deaths are pretty much in vain, and she can't really do much because they were all stronger than her. And what can she do? Pretty much against the Akatsuki, she really can't do anything. And so she's about to give up hope. And yeah, literally that was pretty much it. Tsunade's in a coma, but while this was all happening, a few days passed, and the tail beasts were slowly getting extracted. Shukaku was extracted first, and just saying, something happens here. While the tail beasts were getting extracted, they felt their chakra being extracted at the same time as they were extracted. And so right before they left, they said goodbye to each other, but they left something back for Naruto. They knew that Naruto, if he dies here, it's all over, and the only person who can actually save the shinobi world right now is either Naruto or their father, who died a long time ago. But of course, their father cannot come back now, and that is because, like my guy, the Sage of Six Paths is dead. And so they actually leave a bit of chakra left for behind for Naruto. This chakra is actually put into Naruto's chakra reserves, which are actually kind of full right now because Naruto has been gaining chakra back, and Nagato, Konan, Obito were actually reviving. Not reviving. They were all extracting the tail beasts together, and it took 3 weeks to extract all. 8 of them, and now it's the Nine Tails, the only one remaining, and the Nine Tails is still trying to wake up Naruto, but it's too late. And so he himself gives some chakra back to Naruto and says, "Good luck, kid. You better bring us back. This is more than enough to keep you alive. They won't know, but if you're not able to bring us back after this, it's all over. The world is over. I should have told you earlier what the Akatsuki's true goal was. I guess it's my fault. Anyways, have a nice one, kid." And as soon as he says this, the Nine Tails gets extracted too, and of course the other villages come to know about this, and they realize that the tail beast, the Jinchuriki of all the tail beasts has been captured. And they realized that the Akatsuki captured them, and they extracted the tail beast because Obito actually declared war on the five nations individually. Literally, he went through all of them and declared war, saying that it's all over. They're going to destroy all of them, kill them all. And what Obito means is that they want all of them to see the revival of Madara and the revival of the Ten Tails. And so they tell them that the war is going to be here at this moment and this time, and it's going to start at this time, just because Obito wants to rub salt on the wound. But this is what, well, of course, this is all pretty much over. And Naruto, and just saying, the Akatsuki actually left their hideout, and Sasuke went off to actually get his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and Conan and Nagato were just spending their last few moments together. Not moments, it's because well, you know, Nagato, he's actually been, well, Nagato, who doesn't know what's gonna happen. He's actually going to, well, Obito is going to trick Nagato into reviving Madara Uchiha, and the only way Obito can actually do this is actually taking one of Nagato's eyes, and he's going to put Nagato under a Genjutsu, and so he can revive Madara, and he can keep one of his eyes, because he can actually revive people even with only one eye. And that is possible because Obito was going to do that in the war arc. Do not at me. Anywho, now there were only a few days left before the war actually began, and then basically Naruto actually just saying, since they left the Akatsuki hideout, Naruto was left on the ground, and they didn't get rid of his body because they knew that Naruto was pretty much dead. And so they're like, oh well, we'll let him rest here. We don't need to put him on the 6 foot underground. I mean, we don't really care, do we? And they all left, and of course Sasuke really didn't care. And so Naruto, who actually regained consciousness, he actually wakes up and realizes that he cannot feel the tail beast's chakra inside of him. He can feel a faint little bit of it, but he doesn't understand where they went. And then he realizes that they're all gone. He can't hear their voices, but he looks deep inside of him. Since he is a sage, he looks deep inside, deeper and deeper, until he gets to a point where his mind is literally a black scape. Literally, it's all black. And Naruto then sees 9 lights, and these 9 lights were the little bit of chakra given to Naruto by the tail beasts, and they all had a message in it, and they all said, Naruto, it's this is the only little bit of chakra we could give you. We might say little, but altogether they actually all of this chakra adds up to at least half of the Nine Tails' chakra. Use it wisely, Naruto. Use it wisely. And basically then, right before the message ended, the Nine Tails actually said one more thing. Naruto, you're the only one who can save this world. I believe in you. I trust in you. You better save all of us and the Shinobi world, not alliance. Anywho, and then the message ends, and the power actually becomes Naruto's, and Naruto actually gets KCM somehow, KCM 2 to be honest. And this is still not enough. It's nowhere near enough, and Naruto actually is super pissed, and he's like, God freaking damn it. And basically Naruto, well, it was pretty much over. The Naruto verse is over, and so Naruto realizes that there is only one thing he can do, is that he has to go ahead and actually fight the Akatsuki, the remaining members of the Akatsuki, on his own, and if he can't beat them, it's over. And then, out of nowhere, Naruto, right before he left, with the tear in his eye, knowing that this was pretty much over, if he couldn't beat them, even with the tail beast chakra, he wouldn't be able to beat them now. He lost all hope, but he wasn't going to give up. Until the end, he was not going to give up yet. And so, Naruto, well, sorry, where's 1 second. Naruto, right before he left, there was a massive light coming out from the shadows, and it was the Sage of Six Paths. Yes, the Sage of Six Paths was actually, actually came to Naruto and told Naruto one thing. What is your goal? And Naruto's like, my goal? I don't even know you, why should I tell you? And basically, the Sage of Six Paths says, what is your goal, Naruto Uzumaki? If you tell me, I can help you. And Naruto then says, my goal, really? You want to know only my goal to help me? Are you sure about that? And basically the Sage of Six Paths is that only goal, Naruto. Tell me, what is it? And then Naruto says, my goal is to fix my mistakes, the things I've done. I want to, I want, I want to fix everything, all the mistakes I've done. I wanna, I wanna fix them. And basically, as soon as he says this, the Sage of Six Paths is like, well, how about I give you a chance? I'll give you a chance to actually redeem yourself and fix those mistakes you have made. And then Naruto widens his eyes and is like, but how will you do that? And basically the Sage of Six Paths is like, don't worry about that. Just promise me you will not waste this chance I'm giving you. And Naruto then promises that he will not. And so then the Sage of Six Paths actually tells Naruto to bring out his dominant hand, and so he does. And then the Sage of Six Paths gives him all the power he has, even more than original. He gives him even the power that he gave to Sasuke, to Naruto, and that is only because Sasuke has chosen the wrong path. He's literally gone the path his son went all those years back, and so he doesn't really want to give Sasuke a chance to actually ruin Naruto's Naruto that now he's about to redeem everything. He doesn't want anyone to get in Naruto's way, so he actually says, alright, now Naruto, go fix your mistakes and go save this world. And as soon as the Sage of Six Paths says this, he actually blitzes away from the Akatsuki hideout, and he actually senses where Nagato and Conan are. Nagato and Conan, who were talking about their lives, all the mistakes that they've done, and all the things that happened over this time, and they realize that now it's all over. They're going to basically, well, you know, finally achieve their dreams of peace. According to them, they are, but of course they're not really. This was all a elaborate plan from, you know, Mother Uchiha, but it is what it is. Now that Naruto actually arrived to them, is that you two, listen to me. Do you really think this plan is going to work? And then basically they both look towards Naruto and they're like, wait, what? You should be dead. And basically Naruto's like, you really think I'd go down that easily? Wow, I never thought you guys would really think of me as a weak person. And basically then Nagato says, Conan, get back, I'll take care of him. And basically Conan's like, no, you can't. You need to use your powers against the shinobi. And basically as soon as she says this, Naruto then goes on to say, no, I'm not here to fight you guys. I'm here to tell you the truth about this plan and why Mother Uchiha is using you. And basically they're like, wait, what do you mean? And then Naruto then goes on to explain that the Obito, Mother Uchiha, according to them, is actually using them because there will be no Moon Eye plan. Well, you know how not Moon Eye plan. He says that Madara wasn't planning on helping them achieve their dreams at all, and he was just using them. And basically they say, this, you're just bluffing, what do you want from us? And basically then Naruto gives them says, why are you doing this? Not only did you kill my master, but you also are about to kill the whole entire Shinobi Alliance. Do you not understand your mistakes? And basically they're like, sharp. Literally, they literally say sharp. And basically Nagato actually begins the attack on Naruto, but then Naruto actually puts Nagato down in a few punches. And basically Naruto says, no, you cannot beat me now, even if the tail beasts are sealed away. They left me a bit of their chakra, and I can still communicate with them, barely though. I can only feel the chakra inside the Gedo statue. So please, just listen to me. Do not do this. And basically Nagato's like, do you really think we'll listen to you? After all the things that the Leaf Village did to us, the Leaf Shinobi ruined our lives. They've killed many of our loved ones, and because of you, even one of our friends died. And basically Naruto says, I'm sorry to hear about that, But you guys do not understand. The actions you're taking are not for peace. You'll just make everything worse. Do you not understand this? And basically Nagato then actually says, what do you mean? What do you mean that we're making it worse? And basically Naruto then explains that the true plan of Madara, and it's not too far-fetched, and they kind of believe Naruto, but at the same time they don't wanna, and basically they're like, prove it to us. And basically Naruto then says, if I prove it to you, will you believe me? And basically then says, will you believe me and not attack me anymore, because I really don't want to kill you? And basically Naruto then says, of course I will not, we will not. And basically Naruto's like, let me ask you a question before that. So, you know when you fought me, I fought my full power, right? And basically they're like, of course you did. You were using so much of the tail beast's damn chakra. You even destroyed the body of Yahiko, one of our friends, the one friend that was actually the leader of the true Akatsuki, but you killed his body. And basically then Naruto's like, so you were using his body, I guess. And basically Naruto's like, yes, I was, because his body was the best body I could find, and I wanted to respect my friend. And basically Naruto's like, fair enough, but I'll tell you one thing, that wasn't my full power. Well, back then it was, now it's really not. And basically they're like, what do you mean? You don't even have the tail beasts. And basically Naruto then goes on to show them his Rinnegan. And basically Naruto's like, do you think I had this when I fought you? Do you? And basically Conan remembers that Naruto didn't have a Rinnegan, and just saying Naruto's actually wearing a mask, just like Kakashi, to actually hide it. And yes, Naruto just found a piece of clothing on his way here, and he actually covered it because he had a plan in his head. And basically they realized that Naruto's not lying, and basically they asked Naruto how he got this. And basically Naruto then says that he, according to them, died. And he tells them everything that really happened. The tail beast giving him a little bit of chakra right before they actually got sealed away, and he proves that to them too by using KCM, and says that this is the form that the Nine-Tails Fox gave to me right before he got sealed away. And basically then they actually fully believe him. And Nagato then says, I guess you are the child of prophecy that Master Jiraiya was talking about. And Conan actually knew what was about to happen here. And just saying, Obito was actually heading towards here now, and Naruto could feel him and says that Madara Uchiha's coming. And basically Nagato makes this fast and says, alright, I guess you deserve this after all. You didn't really do anything to us, and I believe that you can save and bring peace to the shinobi world. And basically Naruto's like, I'll do my best. I will bring peace to this world, and I will fulfill your dreams, Nagato. And basically Nagato's like, you really are an Uzumaki. And basically as soon as he says this, he actually uses the Rinne Rebirth and says that I will reanimate every single one of those fallen in the killed by pain. And as soon as he says this, he actually revives everyone in the Leaf Village. And of course some people were getting buried. They weren't buried yet. A lot of people were traumatized, so they weren't helping at all. And so Sakura really couldn't do anything on her own. But out of nowhere, how she had Kakashi's and Suki, Suki, Kakashi's and Iruka's and Yumi's body with her. They all woke up out of nowhere, and they're like, wait, what? And Sakura was like, what's going on here? And basically as soon as they wake up, everyone wakes up, and Nagato then says his final goodbyes to Naruto and Conan. And Naruto says, don't worry, Nagato, I'll fulfill your dream. And now that was done, Obito actually arrived out of nowhere and says, oh, so he already betrayed me. I should have known to get rid of your body. When I went back to the hideout, I couldn't find your body, and look where you are now. So you survived after all, Naruto Uzumaki. And Naruto's like, Madara, I'm here to stop your plans. And basically then Obito laughs, and Conan actually gets in front of Nagato's body, and basically Obito just warps through her and then says, do you really think you can stop me? And basically now, just saying, the war actually began and everyone was fighting. Of course the Zetsu were actually still tricking everyone, and of course everyone was fighting. Even the Leaf actually joined. Just saying, someone actually took responsibility, and it was actually Mad Guy, and he went to war after finding out that and just saying, he actually took care of everyone there. He didn't actually bury everyone because he didn't have the time to. There was a war coming up, and the Akatsuki captured all the tail beasts, and my guy knew that he was the only one to actually have a chance against destroying Madara Uchiha because of his 8 inner gates, and so he was gonna go all out in this war and give his life up to save the Shinobi Alliance. Of course, this wasn't gonna happen because Naruto was still alive, and it's all thanks to the tail beasts. And so Naruto now actually says, "All right then." And basically Obito takes both the Rinnegan and tries to implant them into himself, but they don't work. One of them, he was actually about to die, but then he actually takes one out and says, I guess one should be enough, and then cuts off actually stabs Conan, and Conan, who actually wanted to fight Obito, tried to kill him right there, even though she doesn't know it's Obito. She fails, of course. Obito now leaves and says, well, I hope you can do your best, Naruto Uzumaki. After all, you lost your tail beasts. What are you gonna do now? And then he leaves, and Naruto then says, God damn you. And then he actually teleports back to the Leaf Village and sees that everyone's actually back alive. And Naruto actually goes to Yumi, hugs her, and even Iruka and Kakashi, and says sorry that he couldn't save them before, and he took so long to save them. And they're like, how did you do this, Naruto? And Naruto says that he'll explain later, the war already began and they have to go. And of course, since Kakashi was ready for war at any moment, he actually got a few things ready. Then actually Tsunade, who was still in her coma and was actually Shizune actually ran to her, and she saw that she still was in a coma. Naruto just put her, actually teleported back, since Sakura actually told him. And just saying, them getting ready took quite a bit, and still they actually arrived at the battlefield pretty late. But then since Shikaku, who was actually one the other commander of the Shinobi Alliance, yes, they actually created an alliance now, because the war wasn't going to be easy, especially because they captured Naruto, and Shikamaru's father, actually decided to join the war. And so now that Naruto's back, they actually of course Naruto heals Tsunade and takes her to the headquarters and tells her to command with these other two, and it was the Raikage and Tsunade and Shikaku, and Shikamaru's father. And of course, this candor was confusing for Tsunade, but she realized that this was a war, and she had no time to actually understand what was going on, since a war isn't easy to win. Anywho, now now that I think Tsunade is actually already in her commander state, and she's like, yes, okay, alright, so we gotta do this, that, and blah blah blah, you know what I mean. Anywho, Tsunade is like, okay, so there's a war, alright, understand. And anywho, Naruto joins the war, and he goes off on his own while everyone fights the Zetsus, and he makes a ton of clones, 100, I'm joking, only 26, and 2 go into each platoon. And so, of course, here Haku and Haku and Zabuza actually join the war, and they fight with Kakashi. And yeah, now that the war actually fully began, of course Naruto still has to fight what's his name? Naruto still has to fight, Itachi, and so he goes off to fight everyone. And Itachi, who got revived, now has to actually fight Naruto. And this time Itachi was actually alone, and so Naruto meets Itachi and says, so you must be Itachi Uchiha. And then basically Itachi said, and you must be Naruto Uzumaki. And And basically then Naruto and Itachi actually fought, and Itachi, who gave Naruto the gift of, you know, Shisu's eye, then actually took it back and went off to actually fight Kabuto to stop the reanimation jutsu. And yeah, of course, he still meets Sasuke on the way, and Sasuke follows him, and they fight together, and Sasuke changes his ideals and actually goes off to revive Orochimaru, and actually goes and revives the full Kage. And while this was all happening, Naruto first, well, he never really had to go up against all the Jinchuriki since he's the only Jinchuriki, and actually had to go up against the Tentos already. Yes, Obito actually revived the Tentos straight away. He's like, I've had enough. And now the fight against the Tentos actually went pretty similar here, just that Naruto's way more overpowered. I'm joking, he's nowhere near similar. Anywho, Naruto actually starts fighting the Tentos with actually the Kurama avatar. Yes, Naruto has enough power to actually summon the Kurama avatar, and so he actually does. And then after summoning it, he actually uses the Kurama strength to actually fight off you know, Obito. And so the true fight actually begins, and of course Naruto, who's pretty freaking overpowered right now, annihilates the Tentos. And yes, Naruto's that strong. He has the power of all the Sage of Six Paths. He destroys the Tentos. Remember, he's actually he actually kind of matches up to, well, he right now Naruto is way stronger than, I think, Madara Uchiha, Sage of Six Paths, Madara Uchiha. And so he actually annihilates the Tentos, and actually extracts the other 9 tail beasts from the Tentos, and then he actually absorbs the tail beasts within himself. But of course, right before this happened, he could actually do that. That's what he was meant to do. But before he did that, Obito actually absorbed the tail beast, well, the Tentos, because remember, he still fought Kakashi here, and Kakashi, of course, was like, what the hell, Obito, why are you doing this, blah blah blah, whatever. Now that Kakashi is back, Obito says that you're a real pest, but I guess I could use you. And so he got rid of that seal on his heart. And so, anywho, of course, he becomes the Tento's Jinchuriki. And just saying, the 5 Kage actually arrived by now, and they start, well, yes, the 5 Kage actually fought Madara, like in the original. I mean, the other 4 Kage actually arrive, and they start fighting. And of course, Minato actually meets Naruto for the first time here. And Naruto never really met Minato yet, by his ways. And the fight here goes a bit similar with Sasuke and Naruto. And Naruto and Sasuke now, who are actually fighting together, they don't have a grudge against each other or anything. But of course, it's kind of weird since Sasuke literally tried to kill Naruto a few days ago. And a few days ago, by his ways, Naruto got over real quick. And so now Naruto and Sasuke were able to extract the 9 tails, well, the 9 tail beasts, just like in the original. And Naruto absorbs all of them. But right before this happened, well, of course, now that this happened, Obito was about to revive everyone, but of course Madara, Zetsu stopped him. And Madara was actually able to extract half of all the tail beasts, because he wasn't able to extract all of them, but half of it was more than enough for half of all of them, and he became the Tento's Jinchuriki. But Naruto here is way stronger, and especially because Madara is only half of the Tento's Jinchuriki, he was getting annihilated until Zetsu had enough, and he actually revived Kaguya, and Kaguya herself did the Infinite Tsukuyomi, and Naruto actually stopped this, stopped Sasuke, Obito, and Kakashi from actually, and Sakura from getting sucked into the Infinite Tsukuyomi. It's not really sucked, but still, he saved them. And basically, of course, the same fight happened here, and Sasuke actually awakened the Mangekyo, the Rinnegan, over time, because of him unlocking the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and now finding out about Itachi's true past, and yeah, don't this is only for plot convenience, but still, Sasuke has not got the Rinne Sharingan like Naruto. And just saying, Naruto's Rinne Sharingan ability is like Sasuke's, and since Sasuke never got his, and Sasuke will only have the normal Sharingan, and Sasuke knows that Naruto's way stronger. Naruto was actually carrying all of them until, of course, this time, no one was really put into a different dimension. Naruto still sucked out all of the
tail beasts from Kaguya, and then in the end, just saying, Naruto has both of the seals. Sasuke never had one, and so Naruto has both of them. Since I did say that he got all the power, Naruto saved the whole entire Shinobi alliance, and Sasuke actually gave up. Sasuke knew that Naruto was stronger than him, and so he doesn't want revolution anymore because he knows Naruto will annihilate him at any moment, and it is what it is. And Obito actually survives it. Obito is actually forgiven by Naruto. Remember, it is Naruto, and that's pretty much it. And so that's where I'm gonna end off. I know the last bit was a bit rushed, but it's because I went over an hour and I need to record one more video for Saturday, because Saturday I have things to do, and I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry for rushing it, but this was one of my best ever what ifs, and it's really fun to make this. It was really fun to make this last part because it was really a twist in everything. Even though it ended pretty much the same way, the twist was really fun to make. But it is what it is, and anywho, hope you all enjoyed it. And also, right before we leave, join my Discord server, link in the description below. Subscribe to Kazama, my second channel, you know, the King of Fools, and also follow Shokra on Twitter and Instagram. Shokra on Twitter, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to Ratreet and Miniman123, and remember, don't forget Kazama. And yeah, this was the King of Weebs here. My ducklings, you're dismissed. Time to record another video, and peace.